This is the plaintiff, Frank Ronan. He says he wanted to buy the defendant's newly renovated cottage. But once he spent money inspecting it, it was anything but newly renovated. There were all sorts of code violations. He wasted $1,209 due to the defendant's false claims and is suing him here and now for just that. This is the defendant, Harry Arnold. He says the plaintiff chose to walk away from the deal they had, and he owes him nothing. He didn't falsely advertise a thing and isn't paying for something he doesn't owe. He's accused of fudging some details.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says he was duped into buying what he thought was a fully renovated place. Turned out it was a trailer. But the defendant says the plaintiff bought the house he was selling and the guy changed his mind and now he wants his money back? No way. It's the case of fudging some details.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr. Ronan, you are suing on behalf of yourself and Lillian Ronan to recoup $1,209 in costs that you incurred because, according to you, the defendant, Mr. Arnold, lied to you and falsely advertised his home that he was selling. Tell me why you feel that way.
I was looking on the websites, all the real estate websites.
Okay.
And I found, and it was in my price range.
Okay.
So we put the offer in.
And what did the advertisement say?
It's completely renovated, 2020 cottage, super clean, ready to move in, not in a flood zone.
Okay.
Stainless appliances. It goes on. It was nothing like that.
Okay, but hold on one second. Did you put in an offer without having seen it?
We did a walkthrough.
Oh, so you saw it.
We put it.
You saw. Sorry, hold on. So you saw it before you put in an offer.
Right.
So you liked what you saw.
Did a walkthrough. I did. I liked the property. I liked the area.
Okay.
I liked the school system.
Okay.
But then when we had our home inspection, it didn't go well. The main problem was the foundation.
Okay.
There's car jacks under there. There was a lot of work had to be done with the foundation.
Okay.
It was a mess.
Okay. Well, now, typically speaking, and not only typically, but in your case, according to the contract that I saw, you have an inspection period within which to withdraw. Are you complaining because the defendant kept your deposit money or he returned your deposit money?
No. What happened was when we found out it wasn't a cottage, it's a mobile home. They spruced up a mobile home. And when I found out the mortgage company will not do a loan for a mobile home.
Was he hiding the fact that it was a mobile home or do you not have eyeballs? I mean, you were there and you saw it and you made an offer.
I never went underneath the house.
Is it a mobile home, Mr. Arnold?
It's a partial mobile home, half permanent structure with a slab foundation.
That's not a slab.
All right. Now, the area where this home is located, are the other homes not partial mobile, partial construction, or they are also the same?
Not immediately adjacent to this property. There are some in the area, but they're sparse.
Okay. Now, my understanding of the contract that you signed is that you agreed to be the entity that pays for the inspections. Therefore, at buyer's sole cost and expense is granted the right to have the dwelling and all other aspects of the property inspected and evaluated by a qualified inspector. So why is it that you're coming to court to sue? Because he already gave you back your deposit, right? That's correct, Mr. Arnold, right? You didn't keep his deposit. He ended up bailing. Yeah. Go ahead.
I gave it to him back immediately.
All right. And how much was the deposit?
I think it was $4,000. I'm not sure.
Okay. Is that accurate, Mr. Ronan? All right. So he gave you back the deposit, which is what he has to do if you bail during the inspection period, according to this contract. So why is it now that you think that it would be appropriate for me to change your contract and find the seller to be the one who has to pay for inspections, et cetera?
Well, the whole ad, there was no, it's advertised as central air. There is no central air. But I really want you to show the pictures of the foundation. It's not a slab. It's a crawl space.
Okay, but
And
that's the point of the inspection period, for you to
There's
see if it's
carjacking.
adequate for you or
Right.
not adequate for you. That is the point. So
I agree.
Right. So what did he do that he lied to you? You've got to show me something that he violated this contract between you guys. But I'm kind of having trouble accepting what you're telling me when you saw the place and then made the offer.
If I knew it was a mobile home from the beginning, if it was
Right, that's
advertised
like
as a
saying
mobile
that
home,
during the inspection I found
wouldn't
out
have
there's
bothered.
yeah, I know. And every buyer who's going to buy a place during the inspection period and finds out that there's there's going to be $10,000 worth of repairs, forget it, I want out. They get out, and their goodie bag is they get their deposit back. They don't then, on top of that, get their expenses paid for unless you're going to show me something super outrageous this man did. What is the outrageous thing he did? Do you understand that your exception to the rule would swallow the rule? You want to be immune from having to pay for an inspection when you don't like the results of the inspection.
I totally understand.
What did he lie to you about? What did he lie to you about? Cottage? He called it a cottage and you didn't like that? He called it newly renovated and you don't feel that it was newly renovated?
It wasn't, but there's carjacks. The foundation was the biggest issue. And I actually asked for $20,000 off the price because that's how much it was going to cost to fix that foundation.
So it wasn't so bad that you weren't right. So it wasn't so bad.
I was
basically the answer is this. I don't like the results of the inspection, so now I don't want to pay for the inspection. That is exactly what your right is. Your right is to pay for an inspection and say, it's still worth it at this price. It isn't. Let me negotiate. So you try to negotiate, and he says, no, I'm not going to take 20 grand off. And you don't like that result. So now the responsibility shifts, and I got to make him pay for your inspections because he wouldn't succumb to your requests. Because that is what an as-is contract is. You get to bail during the inspection, and he doesn't have to succumb to your request. That's what you signed, an as-is contract.
The whole thing came down to the foundation.
Okay.
I asked to drop it 20 grand for the repairs. He went down 10, but at the same time, that's when I found out I can't get a mortgage for the place.
Well, that's on you. If you can't get a mortgage, that's your problem. That is a problem. That is not a him problem. Was there a financing contingency on this in this case? In your contract, was there a financing contingency, Mr. Ronan? That means that if you can't get a mortgage, you can bail and get your deposit back.
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, whether there was or there
totally
wasn't,
understand.
we don't even have that problem. You are greedy. You don't just want to get out of the contract and get your deposit back, which already happened. You now want to shift the cost of the inspections and a lawyer to him, and that's not what you signed. No. I'm abiding by what you signed. If it was good enough for you, it's good enough for me.
I totally understand. I just thought it was false advertisement.
What was a false advertisement?
The whole thing.
No, what did he say that was false? He used the word cottage.
And Central Air.
How is cottage
renovated.
False? How is cottage false?
It's a mobile home.
Right, but what does the word cottage mean? What does the word cottage mean?
Well, you can't drive a cottage.
Well, what does the word cottage mean?
You can drive a mobile home from here to there.
I don't know what you're talking about. The home is exactly what your eyeballs saw. Your eyeballs saw the place and you said, I want to live here. Here, let's go. And you were still willing. You find out that part of it's a mobile home and you're still willing to buy it. Just he needs to give you more than 10 grand. That's all this is about. And because he didn't,
not really.
Now you're mad, and now you want him to pay the $1,209. No.
Not really.
Verdict for the defendant.
No. Thank you.
So the plaintiff fails to prevail in his effort to get $1,209, the cost of the inspection of the house. Mr. Ronan, the judge thought you were greedy, really. Do you believe that? Do you agree with that?
At all.
That you're just greedy?
No, I just thought he's a real estate guy. He should have known. He should have advertised as is, and it's a mobile home. He didn't do that. And he still can't sell the place. Okay. So it's all right. No big deal.
Mr. Arnold, what is upsetting him so much about the foundation? How do you answer that? What was that?
Just what he said. It is partial mobile home and a partial permanent structure. I feel sad that this case went through. Right off the bat, I was initially giving him $10,000 to help him with the down payment. And then when I didn't meet the $20,000 that he asked for and only offered 10, is when he walked away. I wish this transaction would have went through. He would have been in a beautiful house.
All right, Harvey, your turn. What do you think?
Well, Doug, there is a principle in law that if you see something, you say something. And if you walk into a house and you see that it's not what you thought it was, but you don't complain and then rely on the inspector and all that, tough luck. You're out of luck.
The judge was brave enough to share that she had a miscarriage. It's a topic we don't talk about much, and it should be. Would she feel comfortable sharing her story in the After the Verdict segment?
Yeah. So our first pregnancy and I guess that would be our fourth pregnancy.
Right.
After our first two children, resulted in a miscarriage in the rather early weeks, somewhere between 8 weeks and 12 weeks.
Right.
I know a lot of people don't tell people they're pregnant until the 12-week mark for that. I was never one of those people. Number one, I couldn't hide it. And number two, I was really happy.
Right.
And if I'm going to be sad, I want my friends to rally around me and help me through my sadness. So, sure. But it's, you get over that, but you don't really get over that. Like there's always May and September. I'm always well aware of the dates of my miscarriage, but I am blessed. We are blessed with 3 wonderful kids. And, what more can you ask for?
That's funny. You don't usually talk about it with me, but it's always in your head, huh? In May and September? How about that? Yeah, I mean, there's a happy ending at the end. We had 3 beautiful, healthy kids, and I think God knew what he was doing when he gave you daughters, all daughters.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, you know how to handle them. So, and
you, on the other hand, were the third of 3 boys, so you didn't know from women at all.
Please, I never put a toilet seat down until
That's right. I kept telling you for years. No, you didn't put a toilet seat down when we got married.
Well,
you put a toilet seat down when your first toddler fell in the toilet.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what it took. One toddler falling in the toilet.
Yeah, I know. Look, if you grow up in a house with just boys, you think the natural position for the seat is up.
Yeah, it's not.